The Knights Templar are already tearing our organization apart. The last thing we need is one of our own fishing for classified information.
You could have told me and the other trainees about the experiments.
Here you are, our biggest secret, walking straight into a deployment of Templars. Surely you've guessed. You're the next generation of the technology MJ-12 used to create JC Denton. You are the third Denton prototype, a clone of JC.
MJ-12? The offshoot of the Illuminati? This is almost unbelievable. They're the ones who started the Grey Death. I was supposed to be part of a plot to take over the world?
Until your older brother, JC, broke up their network and in the process caused the world economic collapse. When you were 5, Apostlecorp moved you and your foster parents to Chicago.
From Area 51. My parents always said we were from Palm Springs. So was JC Denton here? Is that who you're protecting?
The directors of this facility are either dead or captured. JC was never one of them, but I don't know who was running this lab. There wasn't much communication between the different cells.
That's all you know about the leaders?
I'm as ignorant as you. I did see the Paladins remove a cryogenically frozen body. Maybe that was the facility director. Maybe a botched experiment. Who knows?
So this is the end of Apostlecorp?
In Cairo, maybe so. I've been trying to reach Trier, Germany, our last hidden base, but all lines are down. I found out that the leader of that cell is a man named Tracer Tong. He's the only one who can contact JC. If you insist on tracking down our leaders, you can hire a pilot at the Pequods on level 107 and go to Trier.
Alex, no second thoughts and no violence. I'll protect Dr. Nassif myself if I have to.
The WTO wants to know some specifics about your research, Dr. Nassif, and where it's still being carried out. Tell me more about this Tracer Tong and the facility in Trier.
There's another Apostlecorp lab near the Black Gate with the usual facilities, plus one major difference. A teleportation gate that can take you to JC Denton.
Is that a unique detail?
It's the only one. Alex, I understand you're under pressure from the WTO, but you don't have to become their puppet. Get to JC and do what you can to finish this project. If you do that, it won't matter who controls this research, because the fruits of all this work will be available to everyone.
So after the collapse, JC went underground to, what, start his own biomod firm? From what I know, he doesn't seem like the corporate type.
I've never met the Dentons, but the story is that they realized after the collapse that no attempt to restore any form of world government was going to succeed right away. They decided instead to prepare the conditions for a new type of government.
With biomods?
A way to level the playing field between rich and poor. A society is no better than the individuals it contains. If all of them can be healthy, intellectually gifted, and self-reliant, the prospects for liberty look much better than they did early in the century.
And you buy it? You think Paul and JC are sincere?
That's what we're all told when we join. What you would have been told eventually if your training hadn't been interrupted. It sounds better than the constant bickering and warmongering between the Order, the WTO, the Templars, or the quasi-feudal powers that sprang up after the collapse. Having grown up poor, I appreciated the Tarsus school, and when Apostlecorp came to me and said they wanted to get rid of the Enclave mentality that keeps the rich behind walls and the poor, like my relatives in the Medina, scrabbling in the dirt, I couldn't refuse.